Right now, there are atoms firing inside your body faster than you can count them. Roughly 10 million trillion of them. That number should already feel too big to hold in your head. Here's the part that won't fit at all. Over 2000 years ago, someone in ancient India wrote down a number so much larger than that, it makes every atom in your entire body look like a single grain of sand on an endless beach. Not a modern supercomputer, not a physicist with satellites and particle detectors. A person writing by hand in Sanskrit. Why does a number like that even get invented? You don't stumble onto something that size by accident. Someone had to be counting toward it on purpose. And once you learn what they were actually trying to describe, the number stops being the strange part. Picture the ocean, not a picture of it. Really picture it. Every drop, every wave, every grain of sand under it. Multiply that by every second that's passed since the earth formed. You're still nowhere close to the number this text lands on. Historian Kim Plofker, who has spent her career studying the mathematics of ancient India, has traced this number back to a Buddhist Sanskrit text called the Lalitavistara Sutra. It's not a math textbook. It's a story about the life of the Buddha. In one scene, a young prince is being tested to see if he's worthy of marriage. Part of the test is mathematics. He's asked to count upward, past anything anyone in the room has a word for. And instead of stopping, he keeps naming new numbers. Koti, then 100 times that, then 100 times that again. Each new name jumps 100-fold past the last one, climbing a ladder that most languages don't even have rungs for. You'd expect the ladder to stop somewhere reasonable. It doesn't. By the time the naming is finished, the text has reached a number so large that modern scholars, including French mathematician and historian Georges Ifra, have had to write it using scientific notation just to fit it on a page. A 1 followed by dozens and dozens of zeros. For comparison, physicists estimate the observable universe contains somewhere around 10 to the 80th atoms. A 1 followed by 80 zeros. Ifra's research shows the Sanskrit number in this text pushes well past even that. Every atom in every star, in every galaxy you'll ever see, and the Sanskrit count still keeps climbing past it. Here's where you'd expect the story to explain itself. It doesn't, not yet. A number like that has no practical use. You can't count anything in the physical world and land on it. So why build the ladder at all? This is where most people assume they already know the answer. You've probably heard that Western mathematics eventually caught up with something similar. And it did, just later, and for a completely different reason. In the 3rd century BCE, the Greek mathematician Archimedes wrote a short work called the Sand Reckoner. His goal was almost playful. He wanted to prove that a number existed large enough to count every grain of sand needed to fill the entire universe as the ancient Greeks understood it. He landed on a number around 10 to the 63rd. Impressive, precise, built for a physical, countable universe. The Sanskrit number was already bigger than that, and it came centuries earlier. So if it wasn't built to count sand or stars or atoms, what was it built to count? Here's the part that changes everything. The Buddhist cosmology behind this text wasn't measuring physical objects at all. It was measuring time, specifically the almost unthinkable spans of time it takes a mind to move through countless lifetimes toward enlightenment. The number wasn't a boast about arithmetic. It was a unit of scale for something the physical world can't hold the depth of a single mind's journey. Scholars Bibhuti Bhushan Dada and Avaresh Narayan Singh, whose research remains one of the most cited studies on the history of Hindu mathematics, argue that ancient Indian scholars weren't chasing the biggest number for its own sake. They were building a number system flexible enough to describe scale on a cosmic level because their questions were cosmic in the first place. You built an entire numerical universe just to talk about the mind. Sit with that for a second. And this is where the story stops being about one strange, oversized number and starts being about something you use every single day without knowing it. To even name a number that large, you need something most ancient number systems didn't have, a true decimal place value system with a symbol for 0 acting as a placeholder, letting a single digit's value shift depending on where it sits. Rome never had this. Greece never had this. Without it, A number with 80, 100, 200 digits is unwritable. You'd run out of new symbols long before you ran out of digits. India had it. And once that system existed, it didn't stay in Sanskrit religious texts. It traveled. Islamic scholars, most famously the mathematician Al-Khwarizmi in the 9th century, encountered Indian numerals and place value notation and carried them westward, where they eventually became what you now call Arabic numerals. The exact 10 digits sitting on your phone's keypad right now, the zero that made a Buddhist scribe's cosmic number nameable, is the same zero sitting in your bank balance, your GPS coordinates, every line of code running behind this video. A number invented to describe the scale of a single enlightened mind end up quietly rebuilding how the entire world counts anything at all. Tonight, when you check the time on your phone, or type in a phone number, or watch a view count climb on a video, you're using direct descendants of a system built by people trying to put a number on something that had no physical size. A mind moving through time. You don't think about where the zero came from. You've never had to. That's exactly how completely it won. You started this video thinking about the atoms inside your own body. 10 million trillion of them, a number too big to picture. It turns out that's not even close to the largest number humans have ever tried to hold in their heads. Someone did that on purpose in Sanskrit without a telescope, without a particle accelerator, without even a reason you'd call scientific. They just wanted a number big enough to describe a mind. And somewhere in the zero sitting quietly in every device you own, they're still counting